And this is one of the things that I told you guys that terrified me. I know there is a segment of people that are like, oh, well, you got to wait for the ACC. And, well, they're saying that there is going to be, at least according to the reporting, that they're going to come to terms, maybe, hopefully, for their sake, not for our sake, for their sake, the ACC, with Clemson and Florida State, make it right. Basically saying, okay, here's a revenue split. And yes, you are the ones that everybody, you guys make an outsized amount or bring an outsized amount to the conference. And so you will get a bigger piece of the pie than the other ones, because they're sitting around going, why are we paying the tote for all of these?
Because football, they drive it in football.
We're the ones, like, Miami got, and like these other schools, like they're not footing the bill here. We're the one footing the bill. For no one cares about Duke football. Nobody cares about NC State. Nobody cares about like a lot of these programs, right? And so we're the ones, and so we should make a bigger cut than the rest of these schools. And we are on the level of the Alabamas and the whoever, like name the school, right? And it pisses us off that Vanderbilt is getting more money than us. Why? This doesn't make any sense. And so what's your TV deal looking like, and what is your stuff looking like if we're not around? And so I understand their point of view in, the structure of it and whatever, but it seems like, look, they're going to try to make it right with them. They're going to try to make it right with them, and that was always a possibility. Who wants to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on lawyers and then have it drawn out and then everybody's suing each other? And then the best possibility is the ACC coming to terms and saying, hey, we need to figure this out with these schools and make our conference as strong as we can and have these schools not wanting to leave, because then that puts us in flux again. So that was always a possibility. And then what always dawned on me and what always freaked me out was, okay, fine. Let's just say that wasn't a possibility. And they say, you know what? We don't even want this bigger piece of the pie deal. We want out of here. Okay? We want out of here. Screw you. And then we look up, and because we were so far down the list on the Big 12 and so far down the list and every time that expansions come around and nobody's ever wanted us, my real fear would be, okay, they say, to hell with it. We're going through with it. We're out of here. And then the ACC looks up and they go, okay, it's regrettable, but now we have to fill our spots. And we're going to take East Carolina and we're going to take South Florida because it makes geographical, while everything else has been screwed up geographically, like those are the ones that make geographical sense for us. And so and South Florida, we like the improvements that they've made to their facilities and blah, 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 blah. And East Carolina is regional. And then we're sitting here like, what are we, what?
Then we're really screwed. Yeah, we're really screwed.
No.
Yeah.
What? And that sounds insane. Except everything that's happened has sounded insane to me. I never thought. There were schools that I for sure thought Memphis would be in line ahead of. For sure. Peers. I knew Cincinnati and Louisville were more desirable, but then we got past Louisville and Cincinnati, and then Houston's gone, and SMU's gone, and Central Florida's gone. It's like, what the hell is going on? And so you could say, man, it doesn't even make any sense that East Carolina and South Florida and these schools would go ahead of us, but like, I don't know. We just kept getting passed over. And so that was always a thing, too. So I was never really, because of I'm so gun-shy on, like, this whole idea, like, hey, you need to wait because, okay, what if you wait and you don't get selected? And that is, to me, always been a much more likely scenario because we never get selected for anything good. That's why with this Pac-12, and then you want the Pac-12 to be as good as it could possibly be. And, man, with what Hollinger laid out and what is, I think, a very real possibility, if you're talking about those schools, Memphis and Tulane, and you add UTSA or another school of its ilk, and then you add those two schools for basketball, you look up and down around college athletics, And I go, how many of those, like if we're doing the haves and the have-nots, aren't all the haves then at that point involved in those 5 conferences? Now, you may just be the best of the rest. It's possible.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
For sure.
I don't know if the Liberties and the Troys and the, there might be some of those, but there might be some of those schools like the East Carolinas and the South Floridas and the whatever that fancy themselves. I'm sure those schools fancy themselves much more on the Memphis tier than they do the whoever.
Which is more disrespectful to us.
Name the
La
song.
Monroe.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Somebody doesn't even have a chance.
That's just disrespectful to us, low key, because I feel like for us, we feel like we're a tier above them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
But what we have proven is that we are not the asset that we have wanted to be over the years. Yeah. So, look, I'd be geeked over the basketball side of it for sure. Yeah. And the football's just way better. I mean, look, we explained to you guys yesterday how bad this conference is.
Bro.
Well, and then I don't know if you heard Gary, but I mean, he was going through it and he was like, Bart Torvik's, he's the guy that does all the analytics for college basketball. There was one school in the top 80 for the upcoming college basketball season.
Basketball?
Yes. One.
Memphis is the team?
32. 80, bro. Top 80.
We are the American Conference.
Yeah, we are.
We are the American.
80.
In basketball.
In football, the only school, Gary mentioned this, the only school in the AAC that got any votes for the top 25
Us.
is Memphis, who is 26th, right now. In this newly formed league, Washington State got votes, Boise State got votes, Memphis got votes, UNLV got votes. I mean, you'd have at least 4 in the top 30. Yeah. There's none in the AAC. None. Yeah. So no football and one basketball in the top 80 is insane.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's why the AAC guy was here yesterday trying to convince Memphis, like, yo, we need you.
You think?
Like, we need you.
You think?
We need you to stay.
For sure.
Like, because, like,
but I mean, you've got to look around. You're obviously, look, they have proven to be able to compete at a different level than the rest of their peers in this conference.
Yeah. We've leveled out, man.
They're not even, like, bro, one school. When he said that, I was like, my God,
That's
the top
filthy.
80?
That's filthy, bro. Look at that.
What is that?
UAB's 81, North Texas 87, Wichita 130. What was that? Oh yeah, that's filthy. UTSA is 220. Rice is 201. Yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting, bro. We're just up there just.
This is not sustainable.
The downfall of Wichita State basketball since Greg Marshall's been gone.
Well, and there's no question you can look and you could say even basketball-wise, this new conference, I mean, God forbid you add Gonzaga and St. Mary's.
That would be lit.
You're talking a lot of bids. Dude, San Diego State has been a regular NCAA performer. Boise State has made it recent years.
San Diego State was in the national championship game 2 years ago.
Yeah,
correct.
They went to the Final Four recently. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Boise State, we even played Boise State in the NCAA tournament. Colorado State made it with Roddy.
Yep, David Roddy's team.
Even Colorado State.
Well, San Diego State had Kawhi Leonard, Jamal Franklin.
You'd imagine UNLV has a basketball history,
they got history.
Right?
Larry Johnson,
and then, of
Greg
course,
Anthony.
we know what Gonzaga and St. Mary's have been able to do.
And we got smoked with
those are
Gonzaga
those are two of the best basketball programs in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so,
could you imagine a home and home with Gonzaga once a year, like twice?
Amazing.
A year? Twice a year, that'd be dope.
St. Mary's as well.
Yeah.
That's a great basketball program.
Shout out Matthew Dellavedova.
And so I love that idea. I love the idea of being able to add Memphis, Tulane, UNLV, and a Texas team, and then adding those 2 teams for basketball only. That would make you a very strong conference.